everyone, this is Shadow Mario 41, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem. Remember, in the last chapter, we increased our little battalion of units from 1 unit to 3 units. So let's see if we meet any new companions in Chapter 2, Sword of Spirits. This sounds a lot like we're about to go set out and get some holy weapon, the Blade of Evil's Bane, essentially the Master Sword. Anyway, this ancient temple, sacred to the people of Sacae, has long been known for its powerful bond. This is becoming Avatar, the Last Airbender. This is like the Legend of Korra. There's Korra herself, setting out with Mako and Bolin out to get this spirit world sword thingamajig. I don't know, but Lin's hand is directed to a grand inheritance. That's just great. So let's start out Chapter 2, the Sword of Spirits. Because it's going to creepily fade into, oh, well, see, this is nice peaceful music. What could possibly go wrong at this nice peaceful altar? You have that priest up there, you have a little girl who's just dancing around. Hold a moment, allow me a short detour. Fine, whatever. There's a sacred sword enshrined in an altar. We've seen this in RPG storylines countless times. The people of Sacae go there to pray for safety at the onset of a long journey. Oh, see, that's nice. That's nice. A sacred sword. Saying, oh, I'll show you a sacred sword. I got one for you right here. The teachings of whoever this person is have the most followers in Alib. Alib is the continent that all this takes place on, so it's nice to see that here, at least, ancient customs are still observed. Of course, what could possibly go wrong except all these red units appearing out of nowhere? Old man, stay where you are and hold your tongue. Threaten me as you will, but I will not give up my mustache. My mustache is sacred under divine protection. It cannot be removed from my face. You're a fool, old man. What good's a mustache if you can't share your secrets with others? Give up my mustache? To you? Sacrilege! Sacrilege, I am Glass. Because his name is Glass. Gods fear my name. My mustache will be peerless. And if I want this sword, then this sword I shall have. So he's really not after his mustache. He's after the sword, the sacred sword that we're about to get. Is it the blazing sword? No. Is it the binding blade? No. But he pushes that guy out of the way and off the throne. So this guy says, this is it. It's more magnificent than I'd imagined. This sword was made for a swordsman of my skill. But he finds that he can't draw the sword from its scabbard. Just like the Master Sword, I told you. The spirits of the blade have judged you. You have been found wanting of my mustache. They have rejected you. What? Listen, you senile old fool, if you value your old life, you'll get out of my sight. So, that guy runs away. We have Glass. I still find it funny that his name is Glass. But Glass is sitting on the throne, and he can't use the sword, so he's just going to kind of sit here and tear the altar down as kind of a, I don't know, I guess because he's upset or angry. I really don't know what his motivation is. Then this old woman's going to wander over here and be like, I bet you're part of, I'm middle-aged. I won't insult her that much. Middle-aged. Are you headed east to the altar? Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. We have to reconnect the spirit world and calm the spirits, but we have to help the priest there. We saw a band of local ruffians. Oh my goodness, local ruffians. What are we going to do? They seem intent on stealing the altar's sacred sword. Huh, the Mani Katti, or the Master Sword. Yes, they are going to steal it. We can't allow this to happen. I love how people in RPGs, especially this one, they're always like, oh, you look like the good guys. I'm going to divulge my secrets to you. But like, how do they know that? I have no idea. But we're going to the priest's aid. Say, Eric, there are some homes to the south of us. Perhaps we should go there and question the residents. I really don't care about the residents. But in any case, that does introduce a new mechanic into this game, which are these little houses. If we visit these houses down there, we'll get sort of generic dialogue and advice from all the people that live there. I'll do it just to entertain you guys, but generally I will not visit the houses. And hey, it's this woman again. Aren't you the... Oh, you are the same woman from before. So perhaps you could benefit from something I saw earlier. So they may have the main entrance guarded, but one of the altar's walls is cracked. Typical Zelda fashion. Look, the text is highlighted for you. I love how the game does that. Yeah, we can hit that section with my weapons. We're all counting on who is all of us? We've only met 2 people so far. Anyway, let's visit this house down here. And this guy says, do you know much about the sword held at the altar? So this little woman, who's just some generic woman, is going to give us a little bit of backstory on the Mani Katti. Of course, it's the blade that only the chosen person can wield. Blah, blah, blah. Our main protagonist will be able to get it. It's not going to be that much of a turning point in the story. We already know what's going to happen. Hey, another mustache man! Mountains make it more difficult to be hit. I like to think they're yelling whenever you get highlighted text, but they're difficult to traverse. if you're riding on horseback, you can't cross them at all, so be careful. So, as that guy pointed out, actually, Lynn was the only one that will be able to storm the main entrance. See those mountains down there? Kent and Sain will be actually unable to even venture down there. So anyway, I'm going to move everyone up a little bit. I'm going to have Kent initiate some combat with this little brigand. He really doesn't have much of a chance against Kent. Kent's going to drive a sword into his chest and dodge his axe effortlessly. So excellent. I got to get Sain some experience, though. Oh, by the way, you guys voted last time on whether you want to see Kent or Sain, and I hope Sain can take this guy out. Yes, he can. That was awesome. That was awesome. And it was actually pretty split right down the middle between Kent and Sain. So I'm actually just going to see which one gets better level ups and kind of roll with that one of the two. I think that might be the best way to do it. So in any case, I'm going to send Kent down here. What's his hit percentage with a lance? 9? Not 9. That's his damage. Hit is 72. Hit is 100, so might as well go with that. I was going to see if the lance could do any extra damage. As you'll see with weapons, it's kind of like the sword does the least amount of damage but has the highest accuracy. The axe does the most amount of damage but the least accuracy, and the lance is actually kind of somewhere in the middle. So let's see if we can take this guy out. Yes, we can, banking on that 67 hit that is coming through for me today. And Sain gets a nice level up. I hope it's a nice level up anyway. Let's see, level 2. Strength and speed. I like the speed, but I wish we got a little more stats than that. That was kind of lame. Anyway, and I'm going to send Lynn up here as well. So this guy will probably hit Sain. Yeah, he did. And Sain is going to drive a lance into his face and gain some more experience for lance driving into someone's face. That's great. Now what I want to do is I want to break down this wall up here. You notice we have a lovely little cracked wall. We can actually attack it and break this wall down. So Sain will be able to break that wall down next turn. In the meantime, I am going to have, let's see, should I have Kent or Lynn get the kill here? I think I'm going to have Lynn do it. I'll have Lynn go down here and take up this guy. Actually, no, first I'm going to move Kent up. I'm going to move Kent up to this forest tile and have Lynn travel down here and get rid of this brigand. Yeah, no problem here. Lynn is all over that. She's level 3 already, and she has some pretty good stats. Although I wish her HP would go up, but she's still at 16 health. That's terrible. But in any case, this will actually work out quite nicely. I'm going to send Lynn down here. She'll be able to go across these mountains, but she will be able to do so very slowly. So Sain will break down this wall. And Glass, by the way, Glass, the almighty Glass. Look at him. He's such a smug son of a gun sitting on his throne. It's a vulnerary that'll actually drop, which is nice. That's what the green text means, by the way. If you look at an item and it has green text, that means it'll drop for you to use once you defeat that person, which is nice. Another stat I wanted to explain quickly just before I get into that. See that BWL on the bottom right there that you might have seen before? That is, B stands for battles, so the number of battles you've been in, or bouts. I don't know if it's battles or like the old English bouts, but whatever. Wins is how many enemies you've actually defeated, and losses, the L, is how many times you've fallen in combat, which of course is 0 for everyone right now. If someone actually does die in Fire Emblem, I should mention, I can't believe I haven't mentioned this yet, they are gone forever. So obviously I'm going to be resetting if any of my guys fall in combat. Actually, I'm going to put him right there to force that bandit to come forward towards me so he doesn't get a chance to attack Sain. So Kent should be able to eventually wear this guy down. It'll take, I think, 3 turns, but he'll be able to do it. And then we were going to have Lynn kind of keep her journey going down here, where I can eventually encounter that brigand at the bottom. Whereas Sain is just kind of sit there and pretty much do nothing. But that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, obviously, if I lose a unit, I am going to reset the game and continue going. And even if you reset the game will still kind of save that little loss column. So you can't escape and have a perfect balance just because you continue to reset the game. Of course, I can have it so I have all my units in the end, because that's the whole idea of Fire Emblem. That's the perfectionist mentality, and that's the mentality I have in this game. Plus, how could you let characters die? That would be so tragic. I mean, you could do the like sort of Nuzlocke strategy, where if a character dies, you just gotta keep going, but I'm not doing that. And speed and luck for Kent, not a bad level up, but man, I like the speed. Like I said, I think speed is arguably the most important stat in the game. In other games, actually, future Fire Emblem titles rely a lot on skill. I'm actually going to put Sain on this fortress. He'll actually heal some health if he's on a fortress. And yeah, future Fire Emblem games rely a lot on skill because they have skills. Like Fire Emblem Path of Radiance has skills that units can equip, such as doing additional damage and certain, bypassing certain defenses, and skills can do all sorts of things. But that relies on your skill percentage. This game doesn't really have anything like that. So Sain will gain some health on that little fortress of his. So speed, I think, is really the most important stat. Of course, there's a lot of, important things. You obviously can't do any damage to anyone. What good is that, right? But in any case, I'm just going to organize everyone kind of like that. And this brigand will hopelessly try to attack Lyn and ultimately fail. So he's going to get... I like to think how these units just die and how they actually withstand these attacks. I mean, if you look at Lyn's sword strike, she pretty much is a clean horizontal slice right there. And these guys are just okay with that. Alright, anyway, now I had Sain heal up a little bit. He can actually get a good strike on glass because lances have the advantage over swords. So he has a 75 hit percentage to do 12 damage. And then Lyn can come in and finish him off. Can I get a hit with Kent in there just to share the experience? I can. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to get Sain to get in here and do some damage. And this guy's going to be like, who do you think you are? What chance do you think you have against the great Glass? Ha ha ha. Oh my goodness. Oh, Glass, how misguided you are. And he can't even hit with a 65 hit percentage. Look at them. That's a mercenary class, by the way. I love the look of the mercenary class in this game. Very cool. So actually Kent can take him out with a lance. I want to leave him alive so Lyn can get the kill, so I'm just going to attack him with a sword. That's kind of a good Fire Emblem strategy that you'll see me do a lot. Another Fire Emblem tactic, and this is the first chapter in which you can do it, is called boss abuse, whereas you can intentionally keep a boss alive, because bosses usually give out more experience. See, Glass is on a throne, so he will actually heal HP over time. So you could continuously attack the boss, and then the boss would heal, and you get experience, and then you keep attacking him, keep getting experience, essentially farm experience. This is not a good chapter to do it because you can run out of weapons. However, any chapter with an armory or anything like that, we haven't seen shops or anything yet, that is prime boss abuse. But anyway, let's have Lyn go in and take out Glass sitting on his throne here. Oh no, a miss to start things off. And Glass missed as well. That was statistically unlikely. All of that. All of what just happened was statistically unlikely. But anyway, Glass is just going to attack Lyn again. I don't know how far he's going to get. He's going to hit her once. I hope Lyn can take him out that time. Good. You broke me because I'm Glass. You get it? You shattered me. Oh, I'm so punny. Lyn gets 41 experience points now and is now level 4. Good level up, good level. Yes, defense. Defense went up. Oh my goodness, Lyn got a defense point. And a vulnerary. I'm actually going to trade this, have Sain take this vulnerary with Lyn, because Lyn has a ton of healing items. Give one of yours to Sain there, and Kent can actually take the other one. So, oh, he has a vulnerary of his own. Ha! Kent doesn't need it. Forget Kent. He's too good. He's too good for vulnerary. So let's have Lyn move up and seize the throne and end the chapter. So, your clothing. Are you of the Lorca tribe? I am, the chieftain's daughter. Are you hurt, Sir Mustache? No, thanks to you, he's unscathed. You have my gratitude. And the sword, is it safe? We have to, I don't know why the sword is so important. We're going to find out, I guess. Until I remove my spell, the sword cannot be drawn. So, it wasn't really tied to the Master Sword at all. It was just this guy had some spell over the sword. But he's going to allow us to use the Mani Katti, which is nice. Touch the blade's pattern and pray for a safe journey. Oh, thank you so much. Although, a white flash is going to happen. He's going to be like, huh? What's going on? You can't possibly be the chosen one. But, oh, in fact, Lyn is the avatar. No, I mean the chosen one. The power of the spirits. Lyn, they have looked into your soul and they call out to you. What does that mean? Of course, typical. This is so stereotypical for RPGs. You are the rightful owner of the Mani Katti. No, I can't. I couldn't. I'm just a girl from the plains. I'm just a commoner. What significance can I have to the overall fate of this continent? Oh, we're going to find out. And Lyn gets, in a pretty cool image, actually, it came out effortlessly. So whereas the other guy, it's the sword and the stone, it's the same story. It's the same story, but it's cool. And the priest is like, I never thought I'd meet the wielder of this sword in my life. I am so fortunate to see the sword reach your hands. You saved me from Glass, the mercenary, who was like level 2. He was kind of pathetic. So this is now Lyn's sword, the Mani Katti, sort of a trademark sword for now, until it gets upgraded. It's kind of like the Master Sword. So you face a great many ordeals. Grip this sword and meet your destiny head on. So this is kind of a premonition, too, that the sword chose her because she's of a pure heart, or a virtuous heart, and also is, you know, headed out for a great journey and will face many trials ahead that she may need the assistance of this sword. So this is the Mani Katti, a blade with no equal. Well, not quite. It is a good sword, a very good weapon. Actually, probably the best we'll see of the prologue, but not the best sword. But this is the most famous sword in all Sacae, and a lot of people say special blades all over the land call out to their proper owners, and yet when I saw you draw that blade, Lindis, I felt something extraordinary. Okay, we just found out that Lynn's heart was pure, Ken. No need to try to taint it now. But in any case, stop, I'm nothing special. Think of it this way, some weapons feel more comfortable in your hand, right? Oh, Sain, how easily I could spin your words. The Mani Katti itself feels very comfortable with you. Does this make it any easier for you to accept? It doesn't appear that either of us can use it, so yeah, I guess this whole the sword is balanced to its wielder type thing. And yes, this is true, that even in the game we will not be able to trade the Mani Katti around. Only Lynn can wield it and use it. Look at it, Eric! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it! Oh man, that was a tough voice to do. Anyway, but meanwhile, in the evil nobleman's castle, Castle Kalin, I take a drink of water after that. What? Madeline's daughter is still alive? Yes. Yes, Lord Lundgren, or Lord Laundry as I call them. The girl is traveling with Kent and Sain. I love how he knows who these people are, too. What are your orders? If we let them be, bah! I've heard that Northern Burn is full of bandits. She's just a girl. She'll not survive her journey there. That is true. We're going to be fighting a lot of bandits to start things off. I'm more concerned about my older brother. His life must be ended quickly. So yeah, this is the big villain that everyone's talking about. But he's still trying to poison his older brother so that he can usurp the throne without the existence of Lynn being known. But since Lynn is sort of on the way, you know, time is kind of running out. But this sudden illness, I'm sure will go all according to plan. But yeah, soon Kalin will be mine! So, we will see what happens next time in Fire Emblem. This is Shadow Mario 41. I now have the Mani Katti, the Master Sword, the Sword in the Stone, Excalibur, whatever you want to call it, I have it. See you guys next time for more Fire Emblem. Ciao.